welcome to second part of the lecture 4, and here is the first question. At resonant frequency, a RLC series circuit draws a maximum current due to the reason that A. The difference between capacitive reactance and inductive reactance is 0. Impedance is more than resistance. Voltage across capacitor is equals to applied voltage, and the power factor is less than 1. In the first part, we have discussed about resonance and related concepts, right? Just apply those concepts here. See, here the question is asking it is a series RLC circuit, maximum current. I have already told you when it happens, when maximum current occurs at resonance. Right, at resonance conditions, maximum current takes place. Why? Because we know Z equals to R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. At resonance, XC is equals to XL, XC equals to XL. So this term will become 0. If this term will become 0, so Z equals to R. The circuit becomes a resistive circuit. So, and R is definitely less than Z because XC minus XL component is not there, it is 0 here. So, resistance is less than Z, and it is the minimum resistance that can happen in a resonance condition. At minimum resistance, the current will be maximum, right? Because we know V by R, V by Z is the current, here Z is R, so V by R, V by Z and V by R, if we compare these two terms, which will be higher? V by R is higher because R is less than the Z. Okay, so maximum current will occur in case of resonance condition, and when and the resonance condition happens when the difference between XC and XL is 0. Okay, so the option A will be correct. Here XC and XL are equal, so their difference is 0. Right, so option A is correct. It was a very easy question and conceptual one. So sometimes you will get questions, direct questions like this. So just be serious regarding concepts. Let us go to the second question. Here in this diagram, at resonance, IR in amperes is equals to A 0 ampere, B 10 ampere, C 5 ampere, D 0.5 ampere. So again, basics. Resonance condition is given, so we know that at this condition, the current delivered by this inductor is equals to the current delivered by this capacitor. So here IL and IC are equal, but they are cancelling each other. Okay, so if I write I total equals to IR square plus IL plus IC whole square root over. Okay, and these two are equal, IL and IC are equal and cancelling each other, so it will become 0. So I becomes IR. Okay, root over of IR square is IR. So the IR is nothing but this total current 5 ampere. So answer C is correct. Okay. This is also a very easy question. Let us go to the third question. Here in this question, consider the following statement about Q factor, quality factor of an RLC circuit. 1. For critically damped, Q is equals to half. 2. If Q increases, bandwidth increases. 3. If Q increases, bandwidth decreases. 4. For underdamped circuits, Q is greater than 1 by 2. The options are A. Which of these statements are correct? You have to tell. Okay, 1 and 2. B option 1 and 3. C 2 and 4. D 1, 3 and 4. Here we'll be learning one more concept. Okay, the concept is, first of all, we know Q is frequency by bandwidth. Okay, there is another factor zeta that is called damping factor. And there is a relation between Q and zeta. What is that relation? Q equals to 1 by 2 zeta. Right? Or you can say zeta equals to 1 by 2Q. Okay. And you know, this damping factor decides whether a circuit is critically damped, under damped or over damped. If zeta is equals to 1, then it is a critically damped. Okay. So when zeta is equals to 1, Q will be half. So for critically damped, Q equals to half. This statement is correct. Now, we have already studied, if Q increases, bandwidth will decrease because it is in the denominator. So, the option 3 is correct, statement 3 is correct. And the fourth one, for underdamped circuit, Q is greater than half. Okay, for underdamped, zeta is less than 1. If zeta is less than 1, that means zeta is less than 1, that means 1 by 2Q is less than 1. If I'll take Q here, okay, if I'll take Q here, it will be 1 by 2 is less than Q. That means Q is greater than half. So the statement 4 is also correct. So 1, 3 and 4 are correct. Option D will be the answer. 1, 3 and 4. Got it? So here it is a IES question, previous year IES question. Why I gave it here is because there are combinations of concepts. If you will solve these kind of questions also, you are going to learn 2 or 3 concepts that are combined in this single question. Okay, so just go on solving every kind of questions. It will help you clearing out all your doubts and you will be perfect in understanding all the concepts. Right? So just go on solving every questions, okay, of this level, of IES level, or any questions or any previous or any other exams which is lower than this level also. Okay. Let us go to the next question. Here a series RLC circuit is there. Resonance frequency is given F0. R is given 1 ohm, L is 1 Henry, capacitance is 1 farad. Components values are tripled now. Okay, after we tripled the components values. So what will be the new resonance frequency? A 3F0, B unaltered, C F0 by root 3, D F0 by 3. So it is regarding resonance frequency. Okay, we know resonance frequency F0 equals to 1 by 2 pi root over of LC. It is our original resonance frequency. Now the components values are tripled. So after taking new component values, I am writing resonance frequency as F dash. That will be 1 by 2 pi root over of triple means L will be 3 times, so it's 3L, and C will be 3 times, that is 3C. That will be 1 by 2 pi root over of 9LC. Root over of 9 is 3, so it will be 1 by 3, 1 by 2 pi root over of LC, and this is F0, so 1 by 3 F0. So answer will be D, F0 by 3. Okay, very easy one. Let's go to the next question. In this question, for a parallel RLC circuit, if R equals to 40 ohm, L equals to 2 Henry, C equals to 0.5 farad, the bandwidth and quality factor are respectively A 20 radian per second, 0.05, B 10 radian per second, 20 radian per second, 10, 0.05 radian per second, 20. I am going to write 3 formulas here. For omega naught, resonant frequency is 1 by root over of LC. Okay. Next, bandwidth is 1 by RC and the quality factor Q equals to omega naught by bandwidth. So we have to determine quality factor and bandwidth and quality factor. Okay, for bandwidth we have R, we have C, so we can find out. So bandwidth equals to 1 by R is given 40 ohm into C is given 0.5, that is 1 by 20 or 0.05 radian per second. It is the bandwidth. And how much is the quality factor? Quality factor is omega naught by bandwidth. Omega naught is 1 by root over of LC by bandwidth. Bandwidth is how much? 0.05. 1 by root over of LC, L is 2, C is 0.5, root over of 2 into 0.5 divided by 0.05. It will be 1 by 0.05, that is 20. So Q is 20. So option D is correct. Okay. So omega naught is the angular frequency 2 pi f. Okay, that's why I am not writing 2 pi here, because 2 pi is being included here in this omega naught. If I write frequency f naught, then I will write here 1 by 2 pi root over of LC. Okay, here it is omega naught, that's why 2 pi is absent here. 2 pi is being used in this omega naught, right? And yes, bandwidth is 1 by RC and Q equals to omega naught by bandwidth. Just remember these formulas, apply it, you will get the answer. So here one new thing you knew, this form of bandwidth. Bandwidth equals to 1 by RC, just remember this. And we have already studied omega naught equals to 1 by root over of LC and Q is omega naught by bandwidth. Okay, let's go to the next question. So the question is, when a series RLC circuit is overdamped. Okay, overdamped, underdamped, critically damped is decided by zeta, that is damping factor. And we know for overdamped zeta is greater than 1, for critically damped zeta is equals to 1, and for underdamped zeta is less than 1. Here it is overdamped, so zeta is greater than 1, and we know the relation between zeta and the quality factor Q. So zeta and quality factor are related by this expression, zeta equals to 1 by 2Q, right? So let's solve this. And Q, we know for series RLC circuit, Q is 1 by R root over of L by C. Okay, now if I put this expression here, so zeta will be 1 by 2 into 1 by Q, or 1 by 2 into reciprocal. 1 by Q is the reciprocal of Q, so just writing the reciprocal 1 by R is reciprocal of 1 by R is R, reciprocal of L by C is C by L root over. Okay, so for overdamped zeta is greater than 1, right? So just write this expression in place of zeta, 1 by 2 into R C by L is greater than 1. Okay, so I'm just keeping take the square for on both sides. So 1 by 2 square is 1 by 4. I'm writing it clearly here. By taking square, I can write 1 by 2 square is 1 by 4, R square, root over of C by L is C by L greater than 1. Okay? So 1 by 4 r square c by l greater than 1. I am keeping 1 by 4 here, r square by 4 here, r square by 4, r square by 4, r square by 4, r square by 4. Expression is everywhere, that's why I am keeping r square by 4 on this side, and then L. Here it is C. So most of the cases are L. So I am keeping L here, r square by 4n, r square by 4n, and I am taking C to the other side, that is 1 by C. So this answer is correct, and option C is correct. So how we proceed, how we get the concept here? We took zeta, we know it is overdamped, so zeta is greater than 1. Now take relation between zeta and q, that is zeta equals to 1 by 2q. So from here, and we know q equals to 1 by r square root of L by C. Just using those expressions, we solve this. Okay. If you didn't get it, just replay this video again. You will understand. Okay, let's go to the next question. Look at this question carefully. A series RLC circuit is switched on to a step voltage at t equals to 0. What are the initial and final values of the current in the circuit respectively? A V by R, V by R, B 0, infinity, C 0, 0, D 0, V by R. So it is switched on at t equals to 0. Okay. So it is a series RLC circuit. That means resistor, inductor, capacitor are in series in this circuit. So at initial condition, what is the initial condition? At the instant when t equals to 0. This is the initial condition. At initial condition, we know initially inductor opposes sudden change in current. Right? So how it will oppose the sudden change in current? And at the instant t equals to 0, that means di by dt, sudden change in current. For this di by dt, the inductor will act as an open circuit. Okay. So at the instant t equals to 0, inductor acts as open circuit. At infinity, final values means final values will happen at t equals to infinity. So at t equals to infinity, capacitor will act as open circuit. After getting fully charged, capacitor will now, the current through the capacitor is 0 because it has obtained the maximum potential difference between their plates. So no more charging currents. Current is 0. So it will act as open circuit. So capacitor acts as open circuit. So whatever may be the case, it may be the initial condition or it may be the final condition, the circuit will act as an open circuit because at initial condition inductor is acting as an open circuit, at final condition capacitor is acting as an open circuit. So whatever may be the condition, the circuit will be an open circuit. So the current will be 0 for both the cases. So option C is correct. Okay. It is a very conceptual question. You have to read the question again and again. If you are not getting the question, if you are not able to understand the question, just read it repeatedly. You will get the answer. You will get the answer inside this question only. Okay. In this question, in RLC circuits, current in resonance is A. Maximum in series RLC and minimum in parallel RLC. B. Maximum in parallel circuit and minimum in series circuit. C. Maximum in both. D. Minimum in both. Again, we know the concept here very well, that Z equals to R square plus XL minus XC whole square root over. At resonance condition, XL minus XC is 0 because these two are equal. So it becomes R. So Z becomes R. That means circuit acts as a resistive circuit, purely resistive circuit. whatever may be the case, it may be the parallel circuit, it may be the series circuit. In both the cases, circuit will act as resistive circuit. Okay, so the current will be maximum in both the cases because R is the minimum impedance and it occurs at the time of resonance, and R is less than Z. So R is less than Z, R is decreasing, impedance is decreasing, means current will be higher. Okay, so maximum current will occur in both the cases because both the circuits will act as purely resistive circuit. Okay, so option C is correct, max in both. Look at this question. The low frequency circuit impedance and high frequency circuit impedance for a series resonance circuit respectively are A. Capacitive and inductive, B. Inductive and capacitive, C. Resistive and inductive, D. Capacitive and resistive. If you have remembered this diagram, this graph, then you will understand very well. You can solve this problem. See, this is a graph of XC versus frequency, and this is XL versus frequency. I have already told you this point is the point of resonance, and this frequency is F0, that is resonant frequency, and here XL equals to XC. Before that, at lower frequencies, here you can see XC is greater than XL. XC is greater than XL. That means it is a capacitive circuit, right? But after that, at higher frequencies, XL is greater than XF. XL is greater than XC. So it is an inductive circuit. From the graph, you can get the answer very easily, right? So the lower frequency, at low frequency circuit, impedance is capacitive. Impedance is capacitive. At higher frequencies, at high frequency circuit, impedance for a series resonance circuit is inductive because XL is higher. Okay? So option A will be correct. I can also do this mathematically. Let me do this mathematically. We know that X equivalent is XL minus XC. That means XL is omega L minus 1 by omega C. At lower frequencies, this will be neglected because this value will be low, and the remaining frequency will be 1 by omega C. So here at lower frequency, X equivalent will become minus omega C. That is minus XC. So the circuit is capacitive. At higher frequencies, X equivalent will become, at higher frequencies this term will be lower because it is the denominator. So frequency will be higher, means this fraction will become lower. It will be less. So omega L will consider only omega L. That means XL. So X equivalent becomes XL. It is inductive. So at lower frequencies, circuit acts as a capacitive. At higher frequencies, circuit acts as inductive. Okay. So I have covered resonance with these basic questions, and I think I have covered almost every concepts. Just watch these videos again and again and go solve as much as possible. Okay, solve problems as much as possible. जितना भी आपको मिल रहा है, जहां से भी आपको मिल रहा है, कोई भी सोर्स से आपको मिले, आपको बस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है. एक बार आपको कॉन्सेप्ट लर्न कर दिए हो, नाउ गो ऑन सॉल्विंग, डोंट स्टॉप. ओके, एग्जाम आने तक आप अभी जितना हो सके प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कीजिए, और जो भी डाउट्स आ रहा है बिना डरे, just feel free to post it on any of the social media platform, Facebook, Telegram. Even you can send your doubts on WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp details are also given in the Facebook. There is a direct link of WhatsApp on our Facebook page, and all the details of our social media platforms and email ID are in the description section. So just follow those. instructions. Okay. So see you in the next class then.